Hello, welcome to part 2 of paper 2 biology 2018 Edexcel. Hi, it's here. Okay, so I'll get straight on with the questions. This is part 2. So number 3, a student compared the number of stomata on the upper and lower surfaces of a leaf. She completed a leaf peel as shown in figure 5. So the leaf is coated with clear nail varnish. Okay, layer of nail varnish removed. So leaf peel, okay. Glass eye cover slip. Layer of nail varnish placed on a microscope slide. So what they're doing is that they're painting the leaf with nail varnish. So clear nail varnish, hasn't got a colour. They're painting on, then they're peeling it off. Okay, you can do it with glue, couldn't you really as well? But the nail varnish is a bit clearer usually. And then they're putting it on the microscope. So they're not looking at the leaf on the microscope, we're looking at the peeled bit of nail varnish on the microscope. Okay, so the layer of nail varnish shows impression, yes, an impression of the cells on the surface of the leaf. So state why a cover slip is placed on top of the leaf peel. Okay, so there's a few different reasons. Because number one would just be to keep it flat. So to keep the leaf peel flat. Okay, you could say protect the objective lens of the microscope, protect the specimen, keep the leaf peel in place. Anything sensible would get you a mark there. Okay, so generally you sort of put it on there, like to keep it in one place, you have to keep it flat. Okay, you might have done onion cells. I've done that before with students, I taught them. Okay, so part 2, explain why the leaf peel rather than the whole leaf was viewed with a microscope. Okay, so yeah, the leaf does not allow light to pass through it. If you put a leaf straight under a microscope, the leaf does not allow light to pass through it. Okay, so if you can't pass light through it with an optical microscope, you can't really see the specimen. Okay, it's not allowed light to pass through. So light is an optical microscope. Light to pass through. Okay, as it is too thick. So another reason, okay, we could not, yeah, so we could not see the stomata it's because of the reason above on the whole leaf. Okay, because yeah, light doesn't pass, we just couldn't see it. Okay, the student drew a biological diagram of the leaf peel taken from the underside of the leaf. Figure 6 shows this diagram. State the number of stomata visible on figure 6. So this is probably the easiest question in the whole of biology exams I've ever seen. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and the answer, easiest mark ever, 3. Okay, the student observed the stomata were open. Describe how stomata open. Okay, so this is about the guard cells. Those little cells around the stomata are the holes, and the bits around the guard cells. Kind of remind you of eyes, don't they? Okay, like the pupil, like being the hole kind of thing, like, a bit like that, similar in a similar vein. Okay, so the guard cell. Say the word guard cell gets you 1 mark. Okay, so guard cells, again, easy marks on this paper. Take in water, that's 2 marks. Okay. By osmosis, that was no other paper, wasn't it? The osmosis. Okay. By osmosis to swell. So it will get chubbier to swell up. Be like a sponge or like soaks the water up, it gets sort of bigger. Okay. Swell it up and change shape. Okay, so that's actually what they do. The leaf peel from the upper surface of the leaf showed no stomata, so none. Explain why it is an advantage to the plant to have this distribution of stomata in the upper and lower surfaces of the leaf. Okay, why is it an advantage? Think about what stomata do. Okay, so they take in, they undergo gas exchange. Okay, they're kind of like equivalent of our lungs, really, aren't they? Undergo gas exchange. Okay, but this time they're taking in carbon dioxide, giving out oxygen. Okay, and they're also involved in transpiration, so something that we don't really do as humans, but we breathe out water vapor, so I suppose it's a similar thing there. So if they're on the upper surface, they lose a lot of water. So no stomata on upper surface of leaves. Think about, because the sun shines on it. If it got really warm, the water be lost. On upper part of leaf, okay, to reduce water loss. Okay, so no stomata reduce water loss, and so also is stomata on lower part of leaf. To allow gas exchange. Okay, that's one. Number 4. Since 2003, in France, people have been buying Siberian chipmunks as pets, but then releasing them into the wild when they are no longer wanted. Yeah, it's not a good idea to do that, because you're going to see what happens if you release sort of pets into the wild. They can cause problems. Okay, so things that are not native to that part of the world can cause a problem. In the UK, we have there's something called a signal crayfish, which is like a small lobster, which I think were brought over for to eat. Okay, but they escaped into the rivers, and they compete for food with our native crayfish, and now the native crayfish are endangered. Okay, and people actually trap them and things like that. It's kind of a bit of a problem. Okay, so this time we've got chipmunks in France. They are now classified as an invasive species. Okay, that means you can get invasive species as animals or in plants, sometimes invasive species. Figure 7 shows a Siberian chipmunk. Okay, it's quite cute. Okay, that's obviously people quite like them. They're quite cute looking things. That's its Latin name, Timaeus sibericus. Okay, Siberian chipmunks eat acorns, which are the seeds of oak trees. In Siberia, the natural predators of Siberian chipmunks are wild dogs. Figure 8 shows the biomass of 3 organisms in a food chain from one area of Siberia. So Siberia, so this is where they're native to, where they come from, and they've got predators in those parts. Draw a pyramid of biomass for this food chain. Right, let's have a look. Organisms, biomass in kilograms, acorns, chipmunks, 2,200, wild dogs 230. Draw a pyramid. So let's have a think about how to do this. So it's got to be proportional. So it's like a graph in a way, proportional. So let's see what the proportional of what here. So acorns to chipmunks, what the proportions are. So let's do 20. I'm doing my calculator live for you all here. Okay, 20, 650, 20,000 divided by 2,200. Okay, so it's about nine times more there, and that one is about 10%, isn't it? Okay. So let's have a pyramid shape. So we need to make a pyramid shape. Okay, so we've got about 10 times. So acorns will have 10. Okay, so we could do 5, couldn't you? know, we'll do 10 each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So to make it a bit easier for us, I'm going to draw it in a different colour. Okay, yeah, red. Okay, so I'm going to do it 10 each side. They've got a middle bar for us, help us. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, okay, yeah, so it's going to be even. Right, it's going to represent acorns. We write that on it. Acorns, nice and easy. Acorns. Let's change our colour just for a bit of interest. I want to make sure that you can see it a bit clearer. Okay. So chipmunks. So about 10%. So if that was so a whole volume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so that's 40. So we've got 10%. Okay, it's going to be down to 4. Right, okay, so right. We can't write that bit, so chipmunks, as long as it's the same colour. And then there's 10% of that, so 1. So let's make a bit of a even thinner one. Do half of each one here. Wild dogs. Okay, so that will be, as long as you've got that correctly labelled with proportions close to being that, there are marks for it. I'm trying to make my bit smaller again here. Okay, right. The correct proportions. So in France, Siberian chipmunks, so going back to France now, Siberian chipmunks have very few natural predators. Describe how this affected the Siberian chipmunk population in France. This is nice and easy, isn't it? So there's no predators. So due to lack of predators, okay, few chipmunks are eaten. Okay. So the population of chipmunks increases. Increases as they reproduce more. Okay. The percentage of energy transferred from the acorns to the chipmunks is 9.5%. The energy contained in the acorns is 97,500 kilojoules. Calculate the amount of energy transferred to the chipmunks. Give your answer to the nearest whole number. So what I would do, with a maths trick here, if you want to work out a percentage of something, get the whole number, 9,700 times 0. Okay, it's not, if you put a 9, that'd be 90, so it's 9%, 0.95. Okay, and again, doing it live. Okay, 97500 times 0.095, and that will give you 9262, and it's 0.5. I'm going to round it up. 9263 kilojoules. That's the easy way of doing a percentage. Okay, and that gives you the answer straight away. Okay, and however you work that out, okay, that's still fine. Okay, as long as you've got the correct answer. However you work that out, if you've got other preferred method, you could use that. Okay. B. The black-legged tick, that sounds quite menacing, isn't it? Ixodes scapularis is a parasite that feeds on the blood of animals, including Siberian chipmunks and humans. The tick transmits the Lyme disease pathogen. Figure 9 shows the number of cases of Lyme disease in humans in France in 2003 and 2015. So 2003 and 9,500 cases, 2015, 27,000. It's gone up a lot. Okay, probably to do with these the chipmunks are going to say, because they can carry the ticks that carry the disease. A bit like the Black Plague was like that. It was the rats carried the fleas which carried the disease. Okay, calculate the percentage increase in number of cases of Lyme disease in humans in France from 2003 to 2015. So it's 27,000 minus 9,500 equals 17,500. That's a difference. And we divide that by the original number. Again, we're going to get a more than 100% increase. 9,500. Okay, and then we'll multiply it by 100 straight away to get a percentage. So we get 1,8. We'll round up to 184%. Wow, that's a big increase. Okay, that's a big increase. Explain why there's been a number in the case of Lyme disease in humans in France. Okay, so the number of chipmunks has increased. Number of chipmunks has increased. Okay, so the ticks have more hosts, okay? So they can feed on the chipmunks. And they're a parasite. So what they feed on is called a host. Okay. So the humans, okay, can be bitten by the chipmunks and contract Lyme disease. Okay, there's a biological word there, contract a disease, contract Lyme disease. Okay, a bit of a health advice about Lyme disease. It's actually quite common. Lyme disease is quite common in England, carried by deer ticks. Okay, so when you go in long grass, they can actually, they're very tiny deer ticks. You can't even always see them. They can bite you. So always wear something, cover your legs in long grass in England. Because actually, it's getting more common in a lot of places. Okay, because invasive species and other factors, like climate change. So always wear long sort of trousers over jeans or something like that in long grass, because you don't want to get Lyme disease. Okay, because it's quite it can be treated, but obviously you don't want to catch a disease. Okay, so I'm going to finish the video for that part there, and I'll see you in the next part for the next part of the questions. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next part.